I were to pass tomorrow, and I've got nothing in place. I don't have a will. I've got bank accounts all over the place. I have multiple real estate holdings. What actually happens? Because let's be honest, that is the situation for a lot of us, no matter how much money we have. Some of us just don't think anything's going to happen to us, in the next week or two or year or 5 years. And so we just have done nothing. So if we were to depart, what actually would happen?
Well, what you've created is a big fat mess. It'll be a complete headache for anybody you leave behind who is related to you.
So not for us, but for maybe our children, or
you. If you really don't like your kids, I always say just leave them with that. They'll never forget you.
Great strategy if you don't like your children. Yep. All right. Okay, but what actually does happen?
Good question. So what happens is your entire estate, all of your assets must go through probate court, all right? And somebody has to step up and make that happen. There are 3 years from the date that you pass until the date that the action can be filed for probate. So someone will need to step up and someone will need to take the lead. And it's always put off because a lot of times your whole estate, when a probate action occurs, assets by law cannot be distributed until a judge signs off on it. So if somebody doesn't know better and they step in and they think, oh, she's got a life insurance policy, or hey, I'm just going to put her house up for sale and that's how we're going to pay for this probate action, and this is how we're going to pay for the attorney's fees.
But when you say someone has to step up, someone who?
It's typically a child. If your child is a minor, that's not going to be a possibility.
Right.
Or it's a parent. If your parents have passed, again, that's not a possibility. So a lot of times it ends up being a sibling.
Okay, so it has to be a family member?
It doesn't have to be a family member, but not many people want to step up and take that on.
Oh, so it's really that nobody wants to take it on because
that's right.
What, they have to then find all your assets? What do they have to do?
They have to hire an attorney to bring the probate action, and it's expensive. And the bigger the estate, the more expensive it is, and the longer it takes to manage all of this.
How do people even know where all your bank accounts are and what your holdings are? I know that sounds ridiculous, but really, what happens to those assets and how?
Well, that's why there are billions of dollars in unclaimed assets in the United States today, because there are so many people who don't do proper planning and they pass, and their family or their loved ones don't have a clue that half of these bank accounts exist. Or they don't know how to find their 401k. They don't know how to find their life insurance policy. They don't know who to call, so it never gets claimed.
So you're telling me that the $200,000 sitting in a CD somewhere will just go to that bank eventually if nobody claims it ever?
It'll go to the bank of unclaimed assets, yes.
Okay, so really, nobody's ever going to see that money from you.
Right.